Welcome to the Good Games Podcast, episode 192. This is a show where we talk about video games and game-related things. My name is Frank from Palm Manso, and I'm your host. And as always, I'm joined by the co-host of the show, Alex Nunez. What's up, sir?
Not much. Just here trying to make sense of this goddamn crazy weather. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, isn't it supposed to snow, like, now?
Yeah, something like that. And then it's like, other days it's like 60 degrees and I don't need a jacket, and now it wants to just dump snow on me. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Make up your mind. Pick a season and stay with it for a little bit. How about that?
That's how people get sick. That's how people get sick. And I think that's how I got sick that one time, that one episode.
Uh-huh.
Because I never get sick. Like, it's been years.
Mm-hmm. I'm usually the same way. It's me getting sick is like a once in a few years kind of phenomenon.
Yeah, but I also had this weird theory that I was thinking about the other day, and I'm like, I think something happened, and I think the seasons have shifted. Now, I'm not saying that climate change isn't real. Of course it is.
Yeah.
But, just like on a science fiction kind of kick, I'm just like, I think seasons have shifted. But I'm like, why did they shift? It seems like time has been moving in the same fashion. Uh-huh. So I think something might have happened that the Earth, that we were all frozen in time for about 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
And we didn't even realize it, like, set from second to second passed by, but I think 3 or 4 months. And then behind the scenes, there was this like big battle of something going on that we were unaware of because we were all frozen. And then when we were all unfrozen, when time resumed for us, we thought everything was good. But turns out that we're actually 4 months ahead, which is why the seasons are so fucked up right now. Where it's snowing in May, and it's like summer in December and shit like that. So, yeah.
I'm honestly more shocked that it took over 190 episodes for you to reveal that you're kind of a conspiracy theorist.
No, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. Actually, I
got
just
frozen
in
time for 3 months. Like, what? My brain can't take this right now.
Hey, you never know. But the real reason, of course, climate change. But is it really, of course? Do we really know that for sure?
Yeah, we kind of know. It's kind of been, scientifically proven.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to think that whole time jump is a possibility. But anyway. I thought this is all fucked up. Like, I think you guys are supposed to get like snow like now, and I'm not sure how much we're getting out here, but it's not nearly as much as you guys are supposed to get. And I saw this meme online too, which is really funny, where the weatherman's like, Hey Tim, it's gonna be like we're gonna get like between 2 and 25 inches. You know what? Fuck it. I don't fucking know. Back to you. So I'm like, that's kind of how the weather's been for a long time now. So, yeah, we don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, just get like a dartboard with like all the weather possibilities and just blindfold it, throw it at the wall, see what happens. And your guess is pretty much as good as whatever happens on that dartboard.
Yeah, why is it 70 degrees? 70 degrees. It was 70 degrees in in February, a few weeks ago. It was 70 degrees outside.
Yeah, I think it was like that last week. Like, it was like 60 degrees one day, and then the next day there's snow on the ground. I'm like, and like, tree debris all over the place because there's some like nor'easter, and now we're getting hit with another one. Like, why? I
don't know what's happening, man. I'm afraid. Like, I was enjoying that 70-degree weather, but I was like very conflicted going all the way through.
It's too early for that shit. Like, no.
Yeah,
stop.
but it's such great weather. Everybody's out in a t-shirt, and then people are walking around, and I'm like, yeah, this is great. People are outside, staying outside and stuff. It's great. And then I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, we're all gonna die.
It goes against the natural order.
It does, and that's why I was just so conflicted. Like, I had a smile on my face, but it was very, very strained. Yeah, man, it's all messed up. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's this has got to stop. Like, we need to resume the natural order of things where it's warm in the summer and cold in the winter, not the other way around.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. But okay, that's good. Making sense of the weather.
Trying to, at least.
Yeah, I think that this is just a matter of we'll just have to see what happens. It's like something like, oh, if we all just got together and stopped fucking up our environment, then things wouldn't be like this. But man, it's so hard to get people together to think on the same idea. And yeah, it's just gonna get worse.
Sure is.
Yeah. But anyway, enough about that stuff. We're not here to talk about that, at least not for very long. So let's talk about some games, right?
Yeah.
And let's talk about what we've been playing. So you're up first. So what do you have for us this week, man?
So I've been continuing my adventures with Hitman on my ongoing quest to, take down as many elusive targets as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to get at least a couple more Silent Assassin ranked elusive targets, because, you get some goodies if you do that in the game. And my God, the lesson that I'm learning from Hitman is that that old saying, the best laid plans often go awry. And goddamn, that is so fucking true. Holy shit. Hitman just ruins everything for me. But yeah, so I did 2 elusive targets since we last spoke about it. I did mention the twin thing. That happened. And normally I'll go in there and I'll do a bunch of reconnaissance just to figure out find out where the target likes to hang out and figure out what their cycle is, where they walk and what they do and all that, and figure out, and then maybe play a little bit with their bodyguards to try and get them out of the picture. Because as long as I don't complete any of the objectives, which is typically kill the target, because that is the point of no return, is once you complete an objective in the elusive targets. So I can, as long as I go around and mess around in the level and do some stuff, even if I'm kind of caught, as long as I don't die or flat out fail an objective, I can go quit out and then start it over again. No problem, no harm, no foul. So typically I'll just go in and figure out the lay of the land. And the twin thing, there's 2 twins, identical twins in the map, and they hang around with each other all the time, and one of them has a watch, and that's the guy that you have to kill. So I went around and saw their path, and I think the popular method for that was I think at one point in their travels, they go and stop in some wine shop, and they do a little wine tasting. So most people will poison the wine glass and have the target drink it, but the innocent guy drinks from it first. So you have to kind of get in there and time it right so that you can poison the glass right after the first guy drinks it, so that the actual target drinks it and then is affected. Because if you harm the innocent twin, then its mission failed. So you can't do anything to the innocent guy, not even put him unconscious or something. So the problem is, though, that they are standing so close together, and as far as I know, you can't poison the glass from behind the bar where they're at. So you have to kind of finagle your way in between the 2 brothers, but a lot of the times people will bump into the guy that's drinking the wine, and that resets his animation. So you go in, you poison the thing, you fuck up the guy's animation cycle, and now he starts over again because you interrupted his animation. So now he has to start from the beginning. Then he drinks it away again anyway. So now you screwed up the mission. So I was like, I'm not going to deal with any of that shit. And I found that they go to some art show building or something, and that was my spot, because it had a nice little compartment where I could hide the body. There was only one other guy that hangs around in there consistently, so I was able to take him out. And it's got a little wall partition too in the middle that can make it kind of easy to hide from, I guess, to do the deed out of sight from people. So I was like, all right, I figured out this is where I'm going to do, and this is where I'm going to do it, and how I'm going to do it. And yeah, it all went well until I guess I should have figured out my method of taking the guy out, because typically what I'll do, the easiest thing is just to go behind somebody and choke them out. And then they fall on the ground, and then you can snap their neck and then do whatever you want with their body. The problem with that is that it just takes so fucking goddamn long for you to do anything with that. Because you do the animation, choke them out, that takes a couple seconds. And then once they're on the ground, there's like maybe a second or so where you can't do anything. Like you can't immediately just drag the body if you wanted to. So that was like a little bit of a problem. So what happened for me was when I choked the guy out in that room, I guess somebody from outside the shop saw through the window. Then like almost as soon as he dropped, like it was body found. I was like, what the fuck? Who saw that? There's nobody. God damn it. So I was just like, at that point, I was freaking out. Everything else had been like perfectly planned. I took out all the bodyguards. Nobody saw me. And then it wasn't until the last second that shit went down. I was like, fuck. So I snapped the dude's neck. I don't know why, but I threw him in. I don't remember if I did throw him in the chest or whatever, that little coffin that I had found for him, but I just ran out of there. I think some people saw me, but I was able to make it out okay. But I was still like kind of pissed that fuck, just like that one little thing could have gone better. Like maybe if I had the fiber wire, it would have been better because that kills them a little faster, and then at least with the fiber wire you immediately transition into like moving the body around, so I don't have to like deal with like waiting for the body to fall on the ground and then wait for the button prompt to interact with him. So I don't know, I'm slowly learning, or I'm being slowly shown different variables and how things can go wrong, and I'm like, okay, maybe next time I'll do better. But yeah, that one I failed. And then there was another one I think that went live this week, which was the Broker, I believe it's called. And this was like the first one where it has like two objectives. One is to kill the target, and then the other is to get this like Fabergé egg or something that he's trying to steal. So I have to figure out where that is. And goddamn, I spent like an hour in that level just trying to find out where the fucking egg was. Because I was like, I've checked every fucking room in this building. I don't know where the hell it is. And if I had followed the target, because I found the target pretty soon, because they kind of tell you he's like on the first level. So I found him and I followed his cycle a little bit, but not all the way through, I guess, because after I found out, like once I was doing the mission for real, he has like a little, he has a phone conversation he has with somebody, and then he tells them that, hey, the egg is in the safe in like the top level of the fucking level of the mansion that's there. And if I had, hung around and heard that, I wouldn't have wasted so much time looking for the fucking egg, because I looked everywhere and didn't find it. And I was just like, God damn it, this is fucking, I don't know, it was just a waste of time. But anyway, I planned out everything else, and then it was like time to do the deed. The hardest part I thought was like trying to take out the guy, because he's in like a pretty heavily trafficked area, so there are people watching all over the place. And the other interesting kind of curveball that was there, that he does have a bodyguard, but the bodyguard isn't like on his ass all the time. He's almost like looking at him or watching him from afar. So he's like if you were just to stumble into the target in like one of those party spaces, and you look around, you wouldn't see right away the bodyguard, because he's dressed in like a normal suit and he's like blending in, doing some like normal people party things. It isn't until the guy moves, the target moves, that you see like, oh, this guy is actually tailing him. I was like, okay, that's, if I had not waited for a little bit, I probably would have, just off the guy, just being like, hey, he doesn't have anybody looking after him. That's good.
Right.
But yeah, I was able to, I forget how I got rid of the bodyguard. I think I just like dropped a gun somewhere, and then he saw it and he took it away. And it's like, that's my like go-to maneuver to get rid of the bodyguard, is just drop a weapon on the floor, and then they go right away and grab the gun and try and put it and secure it somewhere safe, which is a good opportunity to take out the bodyguard when no one's seeing. But yeah, so I was able to actually take out the target pretty easily. I found a spot where like no one would find him. I couldn't find like an easy like compartment to stuff him in, but I did find a place that had zero foot traffic. So I was like, all right, perfect. Now I just got to go get the egg, which is like the easy part in my mind. And I screwed it up almost immediately, because I was going to get a bodyguard costume to go up there to the top level, because that they have like pretty easy access to that level of the stage. And as soon as I got the bodyguard, I took one out, and then another bodyguard saw the body, and I was like, God fucking damn it. And that immediately, because they found the body, that screwed up the whole Silent Assassin ranking. So I was like, all right, this has just gone terribly already. But I recovered. I got my bodyguard outfit. I went upstairs, and then I had to take care of 2 guards that were in the room where the egg is. And God damn, that was a fucking That was like a circus, just trying to do that very simple thing. Because I did it like super easily the first time in like my recon run, and then every fucking thing went wrong when I was just trying to get that egg. And I was like, this is the easiest thing. Why am I having so much problems with it? Because, oh fuck. So yeah, like in the room where the egg is, there's like it's in a safe, but again, there's 2 guards in there, but there's a bathroom next door, which you can go into and has like a wardrobe where you can stuff bodies into. Mm-hmm. And you can also overflow the sink, which will bring the attention of the bodyguards. They'll check it out, and then they'll try and unclog the sink or whatever. For whatever reason, both bodyguards were being triggered, but they weren't being triggered at the same time. So I would overflow a sink. One guy would come check it out. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to get out of my hiding spot, choke this guy out, and then put him in the wardrobe. But as I'm choking the guy out, I get another notification saying that somebody is going to be, or this area is going to be investigated. I was like, what? And then I'm looking at the radar, and then the second bodyguard is being alerted, so he's going to check it out too. So I was like, fuck. So I just have the body on the floor. I didn't have time to bring him or hide him. So, he wakes the guy up, and he asks him like, oh, who did this? And thankfully, he didn't see me, even though there's a fucking mirror right in front of him, and he had like clear line of sight to me. So I was like, all right, I'll take what I can get. But oh my God. And then there was another part where I guess during the cycle, there's the main target that's in the story mission of that level. She comes in, but then she also has her bodyguard. So now I had like 3 guys that were being alerted to like the sink overflowing. So I was like, just like, God, please, why can't it just be, the way it went the first time? But I had done that a couple of other times where just, I would choke somebody out, not expecting somebody to come in. Then they come in anyway. I was like, But yeah, eventually I finally was able to get rid of those 2 guys. I got the egg, and then I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. And I can't take the stairs because I know there's certain guards that will see through my disguise because they I guess they know the whole security detail. And I'll stand out if I just go through the stairs and pass through the guys that are there. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go hang around and jump over the balcony and swing down this pipe. And unfortunately for me, the pipe didn't go all the way to the ground level. So it only took me to the 2nd floor. And I got off. I was hanging around the ledge, and then I jumped through the first window that I found, and I'm directly come out in front of those same security guards that I'm trying to avoid. And I was like, God damn it. If I had been a little patient, maybe I would have seen like, okay, there's guys out there, but yeah, I just didn't care at that point. I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. And yeah, I jumped through the window right in front of security guards, and I was like, God fucking damn it. But anyway, I ran real fast, and they couldn't catch me, or maybe I got out of line of sight just in time. But yeah, it wasn't a problem. I was able to exit the stage. But yeah, it was just, everything just fucking goes wrong. No matter how much planning and preparation you put into it, it's just never going to go the way you want to, which is, I think, a lot of the fun of that game, because, you just have to kind of think on your feet and try and solve the situation at hand, because yeah, there's so many goddamn variables at play. It's just bananas. But yeah, I'm sad I still can't get Silent Assassin on these freaking elusive targets, but it is still fun nonetheless, man. I'm still enjoying this goddamn game.
It's amazing to me that this game has so much complexity to it. Like, yeah, like there are things that like you're finding out, like, and the game's been out for months.
Years. If that came out like 2016,
2016,
early 2016,
yeah,
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so, and you're still like finding stuff out, and I'm sure there are other players that are still finding stuff out. There's so many different ways of attacking just one target, and there are multiple targets in multiple settings, and yeah, there's a lot of complexity to the game, and that's amazing that you're still finding stuff, like new things, and you have like new strategies that you have to employ because of things that, may not go the way that you planned them to go. So that's really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, but at least my failures are giving me probably better tools in the long run. Like, probably going forward, I'm going to make sure I have my disguises like stowed somewhere safe before I actually start tackling the objective, so I don't run into the same stupid mistakes I did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yeah, Hitman is still dope. I'm glad they did that second run of the elusive targets because I missed out the first time and now I'm getting to enjoy them. So that's cool. But I've also been delving into this new game called Subnautica.
Okay.
I've been hearing some good things about it. I don't know too much about it, or I didn't know too much about it going into it, but I don't know what compelled me to pull the trigger on it, but I guess in some ways, like, I still felt burned by No Man's Sky, and it seemed like this was that a little bit, but just done well. Obviously, it doesn't have like the same like huge ambition that No Man's Sky did in them trying to create like an actual literal universe and to explore and discover. But this is just, one little planet. You like the beginning of the game, you're on I guess a spaceship, and you crash land onto this planet, and you're supposedly the lone survivor, and you're trying to escape. But it's like that type of like that genre of survival game where you have to go around and go into the environment and gather things and craft items to help you build things and, eat things and survive and shit. So, it's huge on the exploration side. I don't know what it is about this game, but I am fucking smitten by it. Like, I bought it, I downloaded it, and I immediately sank like 5 hours into it, like nonstop. Oh. I was like, and this is like on a weeknight too. I was like, God damn.
Oh, man.
This is ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about just going around and having the freedom to do whatever the hell you want. And they're pretty good. They're pretty like hands off on like tutorial stuff. Like, I think the only like hand-holdy tutorial thing was at the very beginning, because when you crash land, your escape pod is on fire on the inside. So the game teaches you how to pick up items like the fire extinguisher on the floor. Hey, pick that up. And then here's how you use it to put out the fire. And like, that's pretty much it in terms of like tutorials. Like later on, they'll like, once you discover new things, you'll get some like text on the screen telling you or explaining how things work. But for the most part, you just do that. And that's pretty much all you need to know in terms of like the controls. And you're off to do whatever the hell you want. And that's, I don't know, I thought that was kind of refreshing and kind of cool. I'm sure I don't know, I haven't played a lot of these other types of games, but I would assume that's the norm for this genre. But yeah, they do a pretty good job of kind of like funneling you down the progression tree of like building items and improving your kit, like building new tools. Like you can build out a survival knife and get a scanner that you can use to scan different beings, like different alien creatures and plant life and stuff, and get information about them. It comes in very handy, that scanner tool, because as you're exploring the area, you'll find debris, I guess, of your ship and maybe other ships. I don't know if other ships have also crash landed on this planet, but it helps you get more blueprints as well, so that you can eventually build other cooler stuff. It seems very deep because I've only just started building out like a habitat. So I have like an underwater sort of facility that I can build, because most of the time, if you don't build that, you're stuck in your escape pod, which is just like a very small, almost like a maybe 1 or 2 meter radius room, and like that's it, and like that's your home.
Oh.
But you have like access to like a fabricator, which in a way is like the version of the Star Trek replicator, except you have to feed it like raw materials in order to get stuff out of it. So it's like a high-tech sort of thing. I don't know if like it's part of also the underwater aspect, because like as far as I know, there's just all underwater stuff. You're in the water all the time, unless you go to your escape pod. But yeah, it's this game is kind of crazy, and I've seen some shit. Like I've got a taste of like some of the bigger game. Like there's seems to be a story to it on some level, and there's like some backstory that I was like, oh, has some kind of major, I don't want to say consequences, but there's some implied stuff that is happening, and it's super intriguing to me, at least. So I want to explore further and see what happens there. But yeah, once I got a taste of that, I guess story-wise, I have been, I at least have like some long-term goals in the future to tackle. So that's kind of interesting. So I guess right now I'm just kind of building up my home base and seeing if I can eventually tackle those like long-term goals, because like so before that happened in the game, I was just kind of doing like simple stuff like seeing what blueprints I had available and then building those things out. And you know, sometimes you don't have all the resources, so I have to go out and find those resources. Occasionally you will get distress calls or other communiques on your radio. I don't know if it's like based on a timer or something, but it almost feels like it's almost every hour, every half hour, so you'll get like a new communication. So you get something new to tackle. I don't know if it's all related just to the story or stuff, but I've had some like side stuff happen where it's like, oh, this life pod is sending out like a distress beacon, and you'll get a waypoint on your map, and you can go out there and see what's happening there. And usually like the life pods are good because they give you more, you might get access to a new tool because, again, with the scanner, if you come across like a tool that you haven't seen before or you don't have access to yet, you can scan it with your scanner tool and then get the blueprints for it. Or you'll get like a fraction of the blueprints for it. But yeah, this, I don't know, I'm like super into this game so far. It's been wild adventure so far. Very early on, I tried to swim over to the remains of my main ship because like the ship that you came on is like fucking huge, and I figure, hey, it's got some resources in it that maybe I can use. And almost as soon as I was going in that direction, a huge ass fucking Leviathan ass beast just ate me out of the water. I was like, oh shit, okay, I guess I can't go over here yet. Maybe I'll go somewhere else where something won't fucking eat me alive. That's just fucking nuts. But yeah, like sometimes the game is just a little scary. You have to fight off some bigger creatures. Most of the times, like at least the biggest threat so far I've seen is like these besides that Leviathan thing are these like almost like alligator fish things. I think they're called stalkers. But yeah, they're it feels like they're very territorial, and once you get near them, they'll start growling at you, and then they'll start chasing you. And at least as I've seen so far, the surefire way to get rid of them is just to stab them with your knife, because then they know you mean business, and then they'll just run away. So I was like, all right. So now I'm like taking the offensive. Anytime I see one of those motherfuckers, I'm just going to stab him right out the gate. I don't care. Just leave me the fuck alone. Goddamn monsters. But yeah, the game is cool. Like it's got a cool design to it. Like I like the look of it. It's not the best looking game in the world, but it does well with what it has, I think. So the only other issue I have, I think, is like sometimes I'll have some like frame rate issue stuff, but it seems like that only happens in certain areas. So I don't know what's going on there. If it's just bad performance, or it's just not well optimized or something, or maybe I'm trying to run it too high of a setting. I'm not sure. But my other main criticism too is that in the game you only have like 5 quick slots, which is where you would put your tools in. But you have more than like 5 tools available to you. So sometimes there are some things that I would want to use, but as far as I know, I can't use those items unless they're in the quick slot. You can bring up your inventory whenever you want, and all your tools and everything else is in your inventory, but it seems you can't use a tool directly from the inventory. It has to be on your quick slot. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make 100% sense. Like, because there are some things that I don't use very much, but when I need to use them, like it's kind of a pain in the ass to swap out something that I use more often for this thing that I'm just going to use this one time or once in a while. I'd rather just, manually select it from the inventory if I have to, if you can't give me more like quick save slots or quick slots for the inventory stuff or for the tools. But yeah, that's the only weird thing I have to do is just like whenever I have this like niche thing that I have to use, I have to cycle out my inventory, and it's just a pain in the ass. I don't know why that's in the game like that, but I don't know. Subnautica, man, is fucking crazy. It's a goddamn trip, man. There's much like the ocean, there is much to discover beneath in the depths. And I have a taste so far for where this game is going, and I'm like, I need to see how far this goes, because this is fucking bananas.
Cool, man.
Yup. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing this week, man. Cool,
man. Well, I've been playing a game pretty much every single day.
God damn.
Yeah. Again, no surprise. I'm back with more Dragon Ball FighterZ. Oh man, This is slowly turning into an obsession, and I'm not sure if I like it or I need to slow down a little bit. But
I don't think,
I've been playing.
And the fact that you say it's slowly turning into an obsession, I think is false, because I'm pretty sure it's already an obsession. You just don't want to admit it.
Nah, if it was an obsession, I wouldn't be here. Right now, I'd be like, yeah, I could play more Dragon Ball. But I was playing Dragon Ball right before coming here. Mm-hmm. But they're doing stupid server maintenance right now, so no one can play online anyway.
Oh, so you would be playing if.
Yeah. But if the server maintenance wasn't happening, well, who knows? No, but I've been playing more Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I've been, I've been doing what sports people do. I've been doing what people who train do. Like, they train in the body, training the body to do things, and then you're training the mind. Like, you're watching videos and you're going over plays, and you're just making sure that both your body and mind are sharp in order to perform whatever it is that you're doing. And it's kind of killing me inside, because there's this whole thing in in video games in general, or just in general, you're not gonna have to pigeonhole it with video games, but it's that the older you get, the slower your reflexes become, which is true. And I'm looking at all of these young kids, man, playing Dragon Ball. And I'm like, they're so fucking good. It's like, how the hell do they react so quickly to these things? But it's like I'm looking at this and I'm like, no, I refuse to be a statistic. So I'm just trying to hone my abilities. I'm trying to hone my fundamentals. I'm trying to hone my, anything in this game that I have access to. I'm trying to remember to do them, and trying to remember to use all of these tools that are in this game. And, I think in time, I still have another 5 months now. Damn. So I have another 5 months of training before Evo. And I think in that time, I think I can do some real damage. It's just, I just want to go, and I want to not get swept. I just want to go at least 1-2 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, I also want to make it far. I want to win, but, but, I'm trying to be realistic, and I'm just trying to say my first time there, I'm not sure what the atmosphere is like. I'm not sure who I'm going to be matched up against. I could have I could be in a bracket where there are a bunch of killers in there,
Yeah.
So many different variables are kind of I'm just thinking about it. So I'm trying to be realistic, but I think if I just train hard, I can do some real damage. And at the very least, I'll make friends with people who enjoy playing the game as much as I do. And, then we can play more together and probably practice for next year's event.
Yeah.
So it's, it's a vicious cycle, but it's this vicious cycle that I like it. Because I'm motivated. I'm motivated to play this game and train. And I'm trying to tell everybody that has this game, I want to play. I'm trying to find I was trying to find a Discord the other day for Dragon Ball FighterZ, but it's you don't know which one is actually a good one. And it's more or less that it's luck of the draw, but on another note, I'm trying to get my friends to play, because ring matches are fixed now. So it's
for the most part, I still see some people trying to join ring matches and still get the no rooms found.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks. Mm-hmm. That sucks. That's still happening. No, I haven't had a problem since the last patch. So they're actually apparently patching it right now. I guess that major March update that they were doing is happening right now as we record. But even still, I just wanna do some real damage at Evo. I wanna make sure that I didn't go all the way out there for nothing, So I've just been playing this game every single day. And I've been playing against ranked people. I've been playing against casual people. I've been playing against, pink squares, purple squares, orange squares, red squares. I've been playing against like all of these different people, and I feel like every time I play them, I learn a little something, or I learn where I need to like improve on, what I need to improve on, or where I need to kind of like, you know, use more of. So yeah, man, it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. This game is this is the game that's fucking finally bringing me out to Evo. Amazingly enough. Like, I wanted to go for Persona 4 Arena, but this is the game that's bringing me out to Evo. It's like, it's crazy to me. It is crazy to me. But yeah, man, I'm gonna do some work. I'm gonna do some work, right. Both from between now and then, and over there. I'm gonna do some work.
What are some of the plugs that you're trying to fix in your game?
I need to use more assists, and I need to also know which assists are good in like which assists are good for block strings, which assists are good for when you land combos. And I need to use Reflect more, even though I've been improving on using Reflect more, because Reflect is a tool I don't think anybody really utilizes, and it's a complete game changer. You know, it's like parrying, but in a way you also push the opponent like way back. Instead of like, you know, parrying in place where you have instant counter from parrying. But I'm starting to use Reflect more, but I need to, and also for some reason, the team I use, I like my team, but for some reason, I'm not sure they have like that great synergy. So I need to try to find a team that like has like really good synergy, like, you know, with assisting and just with their attacks following one another, or, you know, being by themselves and whatnot. But yeah, my biggest hole is not using enough assists. I need to use assists a lot more. But I think like I've honestly got like everything else down. But the other thing that I think I need to learn is loops with characters, because there are certain characters that have like semi-infinite loops, like Cell.
Yep.
You know, like I've picked up Cell actually, and Cell is awesome. And I mean, he's top tier though.
You could say he's perfect.
I see what you did there. Yeah, no, Cell is a beast, man. Cell is top. They don't say he's top tier for nothing. But like characters like Cell, and I think like Cell, Tien, Gotenks, surprisingly, they have loops. Like they have like semi-infinite loops, and depending on what you do and how you do it, you can like create different loops depending on certain characters as well. So if I just need to be able to like study how this works, and once I get that, then I'll actually be able to like grow my game a lot more. Because I've seen some of the Cell loops, and I'm like, God damn it, are you serious? Like, it's insane, dude. Like, right into like, and it ends with a level 3, and it's pretty much like almost 100% combo.
Damn.
And I'm like, ugh, that's nasty. Nasty. The most I can do is with Goku. I can do like a 60% combo, you know, but it costs 2 bars or 3 depending on which combo I do.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like, but yeah, the Cell loop is nasty, and I'm like, God, these people are crazy. These people are crazy. But yeah, man, I've just been playing the game like a lot. And I just plan to practice more and more and more until I get it, until it finally like registers for me that I can do things in my sleep, and that it's weird, man. Like, I was also reading this thing, like, you know, like I want to train and I want to get better at this game, but it's a matter of like time. Like, I have to work, and I have to, you know, I have to be a husband, and I have to be, you know, I have social circles that I have to keep up. You know, I have 2 jobs, as a matter of fact. And it's like, yeah, okay, after all that, I'm trying to devote like whatever free time I have to Dragon Ball, right? But then I'm thinking of like all the tournament players, like players that you've seen that make it to the finals at like Evo, let's say, or Capcom Pro Tour, for another example. But they have nothing but time, you know, and I'm sure some of them have day jobs. I think a lot of them have like day jobs, but like their day jobs are just there to fund this, you know, whereas like it's like, and they have like time to like practice like 8 hours a day every single day, you know, on like one thing, you know, trying to do like instant air dashes 1,000 times in a row without messing up, or trying to do like one certain technique 100 times in a row or 200 times in a row without messing up. And then, you know, there's another character, and it's just I feel like it's like they're like flying by, and I'm kind of like just like struggling, you know, struggling to keep up. But I think like any little improvement that I see in myself, that makes me happy. So that's why I keep playing, you know. But yeah, man, this game is an amazing game. You know, I've said that more than enough, and I feel like this game has taken me to like another place. You know, it's making me do something that I've always wanted to do, but I just never got around to doing it, or I was just too lazy to try to do. But now I'm actually doing it, man, and I think I want to make an impact.
What specifically are you doing? Just going to Evo, or actually learning?
Going to Evo. No. Well, learning the game is an accomplishment, yes. But no, the thing that I've always wanted to do was go to Evo and compete in Evo, like on like the world stage level, you know. Whereas I know like people go like every year, and it's not a big deal for them, but it's a big deal for me. And because I feel like if I go, I feel like I can make a pretty good impact there. I'm not talking like top, like not even top like 128, because this game is probably going to have the most entrants.
Could be,
but at the same time, I feel like I can make enough of an impact that, like, you know, maybe next year, like, it'll motivate me to be even better, and then I can start doing more things, and I also have more time to spend with the game in that time, you know.
And more things will be figured out by that point.
Yeah, more characters will be available, so that creates a different meta for the game entirely. You know,
or you might find a character that you like super gel with more so than anybody else now,
and that I didn't even realize that I would gel with. Like, I'm really looking at Tien, man. Really looking at him, because he's like my kind of character, like hand-to-hand fighter, and I'm like, I like Tien a lot, and he's nasty. He's so good, and you know, I already like Yamcha, because Yamcha's a fucking beast as well. Yeah, it's all the humans are really good. Like, Krillin probably is like the most underused, but Krillin is also a beast himself.
Yeah,
man. Like, this game is just like, it's kind of like it's making me woke. You know, like it's awakening something inside my mind. Like just it's pushing me, and that's something I enjoy. It's something that I want. So yeah. So I'm playing Dragon Ball. Got a little philosophical there, but I feel it in my heart. I feel like this is something that I'm supposed to do. You know, that I was supposed to do. It's just I guess in my mind I needed the right thing to bring me there. And now I think this is it. This is the thing.
Just want to point out that it feels like you're saying a lot of Goku-ass things. Whatever you do, don't go full Goku.
No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be a dick, because he is a fucking horrible. He's a horrible person. Like, you know, I mean, because like Goku, like you could do so many things, but because Goku, like just because Goku, like he can like pull shit out of his ass just because, and that's more anime than anything, but because Goku, like.
I mean, Goku just wants to fight. He just wants to fight the good fights, get better at the fights, and fight all the fighters that do the fights. So, yeah, that's his number one thing in life.
At what cost?
Exactly.
The cost of his family. His family, it's just like his family, no one's going to like him.
The only thing he loves more than fighting is food.
Yeah. Yeah, true. He loves food. He does love food, but he realized. I think he realized that food is a means to an end. You know, like he needs to eat. He needs to eat for the energy that he needs to fight. So, Goku's a fucking dick. Like he's the worst. Like he's a horrible dad, and he's a horrible friend, and he's just He's a horrible person.
Yep.
Especially in Dragon Ball Super. He is terrible.
Oh, yeah?
But, oh, God, he's horrible. But at the same time, he's the main character, so he does all the awesome shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This Tournament of Power arc is actually ending in 2 episodes. And the latest episode was like, oh shit, people were like, oh my God, finally, because they've been taking on this one dude forever. And this one dude is like he goes match for match, like pound for pound, punch for punch with Goku. In fact, he's a lot stronger. And finally, Goku got the upper hand for a little bit. So it's seeming like there's going to actually be an end to this tournament and a victor. But people are rumoring that that neither Goku or Jiren, who the guy that he's been fighting forever, neither of them are going to win because Frieza is still technically in the tournament, and Frieza is in the background, kind of just like waiting and watching to see what happens.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. But Goku, he might be the one that wins just because.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Hey, if anybody's listening wants to play, just let me know. Email me or email the Good Games Podcast email, and then just say, hey, we want to play, and I'll play with you. I'll play with everybody.
What if you change your Twitter handle to Frankarot? How do you like that?
Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Oh God.
But yeah, Dragon Ball's pushing me, man. It's like my heart it's feeling something. I feel something in it, in here, inside. And I'm going to do something. I'm going to make sure that I at least do not go 0-2. I'm going to make sure of that. So, that's all.
All right. Hopefully that does not happen.
No, hopefully not. I'm very optimistic that it will not happen. That I get swept in anything.
Yeah.
Unless I go against, unless I go against the fucking champion early on, and well.
Yeah, man. Worst case, you get sent to losers early.
Mm-hmm. And losers fighting my way back.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's the thing. I want to stay in winners for as long as possible.
Well, yeah. Ideally, I
think that's the thing that sucks. Yeah, ideally. I think the thing that sucks is that even if I stay in winners for as long as possible, once I get sent to losers, it's like, shit. Now I got to fight my way all the way back up from the beginning again. It's crazy.
Yeah, at least if you're sent to losers early, you have a chance to maybe win more matches.
Yeah, it's very true.
Because if you get to send losers late, then it's it's harder. It's almost harder to win at that point.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's really hard. The odds of you losing are much higher if you get sent to losers late.
Yeah,
that's why it's just give me right to winners finals. Just let skill provide, skill and smarts, and a little bit of luck. Let those provide, and I'll just give me the winners finals. I'll be good. I'll be sitting and waiting.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Just wait for that preferential treatment. All right, I see you.
No, it could happen. It could happen. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say about Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's been something. It's been something. I'm pretty much gonna be playing this game nonstop every single day until the first weekend of August, and then I can finally take a break after that. After all of that.
I've noticed just going around. The reason you use Discord is I feel like just to look for more Dragon Ball matches.
People to play.
And if you can't find no matches, you're just like, nope, I have no use for this tool anymore.
This platform. Partially, yes. That is true, yes. But at the same time, Discord, I've never really used it that much outside of this. So I've actually been using it a little more outside of this. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've been using it a lot for
Discord's a great tool.
A lot of even for Street Fighter, every character has their own Discord, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, or some other smaller games. I know that there's a Tekken Zaibatsu Discord server, and they have channels for all the different characters and everything. So yeah, Discord has been a pretty good tool for congregating with like-minded folk and trying to figure out the game and get better.
Yeah, it's an awesome tool. It's just like, I'm not sure how Discord is with like the whole, it's kind of like, to me, I'm kind of thinking of it like along the terms of like online gaming, where it's like, you get on a Discord and everybody's like, hey, and then you have a fucking asshole who just starts talking shit, and it's like the most horrible things. Like, it's not even like friendly talking shit. It's like the most horrible things you've ever heard. And it's just like, I don't want to deal with this. like, I just want to play the game, and I just want to get better at the game. And
I mean, you could always block people. That works.
Even if it's in a group?
Yeah. Like, you can block somebody that's in a Discord server with you, and then you won't see anything that they say ever again.
Oh.
So
it's good to know.
I mean, ideally that wouldn't happen, but some of the better Discord servers, they have mods that take care of that for you. But if somebody's getting out of hand and no one's doing anything about it, you can always block that person, being like, I don't want to deal with you no more.
Yeah, I was looking at some Discords that for Dragon Ball, and I'm like, well, I don't know, because they had like one Discord, I think, for this player Nakiel.
Yeah,
like he's a pretty high. He's actually a Smash player. But he's a pretty high-ranked Dragon Ball player, and
he's
really
done anime
good
as well. I think he played some Blaze Blue and other stuff.
Oh, it's very possible, because it looks like he knows what he's doing. Looks like he knows his way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had this like Discord. He has this Discord, but I'm like, I don't want to. I'm not sure if I can or should join it, because it's probably full of like people that all know each other and like mass murderers in this game. So I'm like,
that's what you want, though, isn't it?
No, that is what I want. It's just I'm not sure of the atmosphere I'm going to be walking into. That leads back to what I was just saying.
I mean, hey, what's the worst that happens? It's a shitty place. You can always leave the server. It's not like you're locked in and a member for life.
Yeah, but the thing is then that also comes forward to what I just recently said, where it's just, I want to get better, like, but at what cost? Like, like, this is what's going through my mind. It's like, at what cost? Like, I don't want to like risk psychological damage because I want to get better at a game. You know what I mean? But no. At the same time, no, I mean, like, it's what I just said. Yeah. Like, what if there are a bunch of assholes? Right? A bunch of pro players that like, think they know better. They're a bunch of assholes, but I want to play against these people because this is how I get better fast.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, but I'm not trying to take any of that shit. So it's just like, this is kind of the conflict that I'm going through.
I think that's a ridiculous conflict to be going through, because, hey, like, if they are dicks, then just leave. Like, that's what I say. There are plenty of other Discord servers. There are plenty of other communities or places on the internet that are more well-behaved if they do turn out to be assholes. So I see no problem in just, like, going in a place. Like, you don't even have to post and shit. You can, like, lurk for a little bit and see how they communicate amongst themselves and then take it from there.
Yeah. I
think you're thinking a little too hard on this, buddy. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up and do it.
And that's what I want to do. It's just I just want to play against these people. I just want to play against these people, and I just want to get good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get good. But yeah,
this is your life now. Congratulations.
Most of my free time. Fucking shit. Fucking shit. Like, what am I doing? Evo? What? But nah, you know what? I've always wanted to go to Evo. I am going to Evo, and I'm going to make some magic. I'm going to make some magic. But yeah, Dragon Ball's amazing. And like I said, I've been playing it every day, and I'm going to be playing it tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and this weekend, and just fuck it.
And the only time I get to talk to you is if I'm playing Dragon Ball with you. It's cool.
Yep, That's the only time. That is the only time. Like, don't shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you'll find me playing Dragon Ball, like, for sure. Like, again, the only reason I'm not playing right now, there are two reasons I'm not playing right now is because of the show and because they're doing server maintenance. But yeah, so All right, I think that's enough about Dragon Ball for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Until next week.
Oh boy.
when I probably will have a new discovery, and I will talk about it. But I'll probably talk about Dragon Ball in some capacity at all.
Mm-hmm.
Some capacity next week. But all right, so let's move into headlines. And before we do, as always, please go to InnerCityGeeks.com where you can follow along with us with what we are about to talk about. So the first headline is that the CEO of Crytek, which has made the Crysis and Far Cry games, has stepped down, and he is stepping down from his role as CEO, as I just said, and his brothers will be taking over as joint CEOs in his place. And basically, he feels like the company's in a strong position, and he feels like leadership opportunities are better and more frequently occurring. So he feels like his brothers are the perfect people to take over for him while he steps away. Yeah. So like I said before, Crytek has created the Crysis franchise, which I think I only played Crysis 2 just because it looked so amazing back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, but they also created Far Cry. And I remember the company was going through some trouble a few years back.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not sure how many years ago that was. It was like 4 years ago. But yeah, they were going through a lot of trouble. They were actually on the verge of, it says here, they were on the verge of insolvency. And then they got a big injection of cash from Amazon in 2015. And because Amazon based its own game engine on the CryEngine technology that Crytek has utilized,
right? Yeah,
created and utilized. So that pretty much lasted them for about another year, and then they started selling off their different studios in different locations internationally. And so. Now it seems like that they're not in such a bad place. They actually released a game to preview the Xbox One before the Xbox One was released, Rise Son of Rome. And they, it seems like they're not in such a bad place now. And now hopefully under the new leadership, hopefully they can, do a little bit better than where they are now. I don't know. What do you think about this?
I'm not sure, especially since the new CEOs are the old CEO's brothers. I don't know how much will change. It seems like a weird thing, but I don't know, man. They've been doing some weird stuff lately. Like they also launched a cryptocurrency not too long ago, and I'm like,
yeah, that's right. They launched their own cryptocurrency.
That seems to be a thing that companies do, as a last gasp of before they go under. It's just like, oh my god, that's never good. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels like just Crytek is they're just treading water at this point. And so I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't know. It doesn't look great so far, and they needed to change because at one point they were unable to pay their employees, and that's fucked up. But hopefully that's not a problem anymore.
Hopefully not.
But I think they needed some kind of change on the leadership role, but I don't know if this is the right change.
Okay. That is fair. All right. So moving on to the next article. So Monster Hunter World is now the best-selling game in Capcom's history.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think everybody that I know that has that has this game or has played this game, they instantly become addicts. Like it is crazy to me. Like every single person that I know that has played this game said, "Don't play this game because you will be addicted." Like, don't do it. Like you will be addicted. But because people are like spending like days upon days upon days, just like hunting down these monsters or just running around doing shit.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere, you might like this or not like this, Alex, but I read somewhere that they're saying Monster Hunter World is basically what Destiny should have been.
Yeah.
And it's it's gotten so many accolades. It's gotten like rave reviews from like every major reviewer, major publisher.
Yeah.
And it is just like, it's selling like gangbusters. So specifically the number, Monster Hunter World has shipped over 7.5 million units worldwide, and Monster Hunter has 7 million players concurrently worldwide. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
For a console game. And the thing is, the game isn't even out on PC yet.
Yeah.
So that's a freaking ridiculous number for a console game.
Yeah.
You know, so once it comes out on PC, fuck. God knows. If it were crossplay too, holy shit.
Right? Yeah. That'd be crazy.
It'd be ridiculous. And I mean, hey, Capcom might want to think about that idea. You can have that idea, Capcom, but if you do have that idea, you got to give me some of that money. But yeah, no, it's crazy, man. It's Monster Hunter World, and I mean, Monster Hunter has been growing in popularity. Like, it started as a PSP game, and now it's a fucking on a major console, and it's doing ridiculously well. So
yeah, I think that's kind of the thing that's been holding it back, at least in the Western world, is the fact that it's only been on handheld, and those handhelds are very popular in Japan, but not so much everywhere else. So now that it's on a console now people are, paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help but think, like, if I don't know, maybe the fact that Destiny 2, because it did so bad, and it left people wanting for something like that loot experience, that very deep RPG. I'm not saying Destiny is a deep RPG, but you get that in something like Monster Hunter, whereas you wouldn't get it from Destiny. So yeah, I feel like a lot of those people, like, it's kind of anecdotal, but I know a lot of Destiny players that when Monster Hunter came out, they're like, yeah, let's play this. And like a lot of the Destiny Discords that I'm in, they have Monster Hunter channels in them. So I'm like, God damn, like everyone is just jumping into this because it's scratching that itch that, that game wasn't. And maybe exposing a lot of other people that haven't experienced Monster Hunter for the first time. But yeah, I feel like I would want to enjoy it. But yeah, I think I'm holding out for the PC version, hoping that the PC port is good. But yeah, that like, if it weren't for that, like, I probably would have dived in already myself, and probably be one of those 7 million strong playing that game.
Yeah, I mean, I have the game. Literally, the only reason I haven't played it is because of Dragon Ball.
Wow!
Like,
wow!
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy, Frank.
Yeah, I have it. It's sitting right here.
Holy
I just haven't
shit.
played it because of Dragon Ball. And I'm actually thinking, I'm like, maybe I should return my copy of Monster Hunter and just wait for the PC port, because the PC port will come out like a little bit after Evo. So I'll actually I'll be able to play it on PC, which is kind of ideal, I think. I can just sit right here.
Again, assuming the PC port is good. That's the only problem. That's the only variable.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because, it's, it seems ideal. It seems to me more ideal as a PC game than a console game.
Yeah, I get that same feeling too.
Yeah. But yeah, Monster Hunter, that's doing well for Capcom. Capcom kind of needs it right now.
Yeah.
their past few games as of to date have not been received very well. But yeah. So moving on, in other news, so new Steam style store coming from Kongregate. The Steam style store is called Cartridge, and it targets small indie social networking and exclusive deals. So it's basically like a Steam competitor in a way, but one of the spokespeople said that they don't want to do it the same way Steam does it, to just build another store that you can play games off of.
Yeah.
And they want this. She said that it's about building a platform that's focused on creating a very fair and supportive environment for indie developers. So it's definitely geared towards indie developers because of the industry margins, but the bonus terms that they will have with the industry margins that the developers pay will be definitely be more beneficial for smaller developers. And that is pretty much the majority of what's going on here. cartridge is due to launch in the summer, and it's going to like offer like pricing models, including direct payment, free to play, and humble bundle style, pay what you want deals. And like Kongregate, the online retail hub will encourage like social interaction, like I said before, and feature an achievement/trophy program. And you can actually earn like discounts and deals from achieving trophies. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. What do you think about this?
I'm not sure what I think, because I don't know. I see this and it feels very much like itch.io, which obviously already exists and is very heavily in the indie market and covering that. So yeah, I don't know how much this infringes on what itch is doing. It seems like itch is more like true indie, like where this is more like, you know, indie is stuff that you've heard of, whereas itch.io is just like anybody can like make whatever they want and put it on
make
itch.
something and then put it there. Yep.
And give it out for free, or, you know, ask for like pay what you want. It's like a similar deal. Like you have those different payment options. But yeah, I'm curious, like if this is just a more commercial version of itch, or if this actually sort of overlaps with some of what they are doing already over at itch. But that's my key takeaway from this. Other than that, I don't know. It's weird to hear the name Kongregate after so long, because I have not been keeping up with them since the Flash game days.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah, I guess it's cool they're still around. That was a cool place to be and play games. I think that's where I played Cannonball for the first time. And a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's yet another thing to install on your computer too. That's, I don't know. It's just, there's so many other clients right now, and I'm kind of like...
Yeah. Steam just happens to be like the leader in all of that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my key concern is, how is itch affected from this?
How is it different? Yeah, no, understandably so. But, all right. So... next article. So Weta has been developing a Magic Leap game for the past 6 years. So Magic Leap, if people aren't familiar, is a mixed reality system that's actually coming out this year. And the company has now confirmed at least one game for it. And so Weta, for those who aren't sure of what Weta is, that they basically create a lot of like CG effects for movies. And some movies they have here are Lord of the Rings, King Kong, and District 9.
And other like production stuff, like they'll do costumes and
props. Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
So they announced one game for their Magic Leap system, and the game is called Dr. Groordbort's Invaders.
Nailed it.
And they've been yes, the second time. And they've been developing the game for the past 6 years, and it's based on a retro sci-fi world devised by one of the directors of the company, Greg Broadmoor, and they first teased a video for it back in 2015, which actually there's a link to that here, and yeah. Now that everything's kind of like, you know, confirmed for the most part, but there's no actual like set dates for the release of the system or the game itself, and I'm not sure if the game's going to be a launch title for the mixed reality system. So that's pretty much the gist of it. What do you think about this? Are you excited for the mixed reality system at all?
I'm excited to see what comes out of it. I'm not sure I will jump on and be an early adopter, but it seems maybe, I don't know. I was going to say maybe it's better than virtual reality, because at least you're not like closed off from the rest of the world. You can still see everything around you.
You can still see it, yeah.
So practically that's kind of cool, but yeah, I don't know. I've heard about Magic Leap talked in like hushed circles and being like, oh shit, this technology is crazy, but no one's ever seen anything about it, and it's been a question of, hey, is this thing going to come out? And it seems like they're closer to coming out, so maybe it is real, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, for a long time, I never knew. I've been hearing the words Magic Leap put together. I never knew what it was until like recently, but yeah, I'm hoping like cool things come out of it because I think I'm more interested in AR than VR, but both sort of are intrigue me.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, wait, what the fuck? Weta's making video games now? When did this happen? What?
Well, it's not a bad transition, but it is kind of like a step backwards for them, I think. Like, you know,
you think
they can I do. It's in the long run. In the long run, it's not a step back, but in the short term, it's definitely a step back for them. Like they can do so much more, and they can accomplish so much more with movies than they can with games. I feel.
But I don't think it's an either or thing. Like they split off a different section of Weta just for gaming. So
right,
they're not splitting time between, you know, making visual effects and doing games. It's like they got two separate entities for that.
Right. I still feel that even though they have their own gaming department, I feel like from a marketing perspective that their resources are better suited for movies. So I'm not sure how it's going to translate with the games. The game might look fucking amazing because they're going to use what they know or what they've already done to put into this mixed reality system. But into Magic Leap. But I don't know. I'm hoping that, like I said, in the long run, it's going to be fucking gangbusters. Like they're going to fucking nail it and knock it out of the park. And they're going to just completely change the face of games with what they're doing with this.
Yeah.
But I think short term, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, all right. So the last article is that the Overwatch-Paladins Clone Wars continue.
Oh no!
So the game Paladins is a MOBA style game where the developers of the game have been accused vehemently of copying characters from Overwatch, right down to similar qualities, even color palettes and everything. But now apparently the newest hero in Overwatch, Bridget, share similarities.
Now I'm put in a bad situation because I have to correct you. That's not the right pronunciation of the name. But now it falls on me to say it correctly, and I'm not even sure I can say it correctly.
How do you say it?
I believe it's Brigitte.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Brigitte.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Even I have to second guess is it the right pronunciation? Because I think I've heard it a couple different ways, but that's sort of it. It's Brigitte.
I thought it was Bridget. Okay.
Nope.
Cool. All right. So the newest hero of Overwatch, Brigitte, shares similarities with Paladins hero Ashe. Yes, it's Ashe. So the whole Brigitte is the latest talking point in the debate, and because the qualities of each character is very similar. Brigitte is a tanky support hero, and Ashe is also a character that wears full body armor and has a deployable shield, and it's the same fucking thing, apparently. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the most. It's for the most part of this article. I don't know if you care about the game Paladins at all, but I know you do play a lot of Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch I'll play. I don't. I know nothing about Paladins other than it was kind of an Overwatch clone, it felt like when it came out. But they have come out and said that they were developing a lot of these characters before they even knew about Overwatch, which is probably true. And I don't know, it feels increasingly these days anyway that no idea is original anyway, so it's not too far-fetched that, these two companies working separately would come up with similar ideas, especially in they're kind of working in similar spaces. So yeah, I thought it was just funny because the guy from High Res, he put out that tweet saying hey, what do you guys think about this? Is this an issue of the teapot calling the kettle black? Because now they're copying us. So it's right. It's just I don't know. This whole thing is hilarious to me. Is all I can say.
Yeah, I was looking at a tweet that's here in this article, and basically the tweet said, at the end of the day, in this genre, we all copy off of each other. Like we all take inspiration from each other.
Yeah.
And he said, not he, but the person said at the end of the day, in this genre, we all stand on the shoulders of Team Fortress 2 anyway. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's a good comparison. But yeah, the funny thing is, like right after that in the article, it says, that being said, Paladins itself has announced a battle royale mode called Battlegrounds in January, shamelessly reminiscent of the battle royale game PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And players drop down on an island, collect items, and attempt to be the last man standing while the map becomes smaller and smaller. And I'm like, wow, that is PUBG.
No shame in their game.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's kind of, I guess the battle continues.
I guess, yeah.
Kind of like the battle for original ideas.
Blizzard's always been, one to take very, not quite copy, but they take a lot of ideas from other games and you could say sometimes improve them, or do a very good job of that. But yeah, pretty much all their games are just like other games done in their way. Like they didn't, they did their own MOBA, but they didn't invent the MOBA. They basically did a new version of Team Fortress 2, and that's doing crazy well. And they did the same thing with the RTS genre way back in the day. They didn't invent that kind of game, but they bit that hard as they could and made their own thing with Warcraft and then StarCraft, and we know where that went.
Like Hearthstone, like card games. That's another. It's another thing that they didn't come up with, but they made their own with it.
Remember EverQuest? They remade that into World of Warcraft. Holy shit.
World of Warcraft. Yeah. I guess this all continues as a kind of like a little murky with the whole like, we take inspiration from each other, but we do it better than you do. So.
Yeah, and Blizzard fans, they're fucking fervent as hell.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But all right, so that is gonna about do it for headlines this week, and we are gonna move into the next segment, which is new and upcoming releases of things that we can look forward to. So Alex is gonna take us through that. So go ahead.
Yeah. So for this week, the week of March 6th, we have Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. I believe this is the first time it's making its way to PC, and I'm hearing very good things about the port. So, hooray for good PC ports, especially from Japanese developers.
True that.
Also out this week is a physical version of Life is Strange Before the Storm for both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Man. Yeah, if I only waited, I could have gotten the physical version. But I'm good. I got it.
You could get it again. They got special editions, and there's a vinyl edition too of the game.
I know. I saw that. I'm like, what? Yeah, no, honestly, as a whole, I haven't played the final episode yet. It just released, and I will play it. I'll try to play it. Yeah. I might play it.
I like how you're just going down the list like, oh, wait, I got other shit.
Got Dragon Ball. I might play it. I'll try to play it. Yeah.
Who's kidding? You're not going to play it. You're going to play more Dragon Ball.
I don't know. I'm going to try. Maybe I might need like a 3-hour break, 3 or 4 hour break, and then I can play the final episode.
Okay.
Well, it's not really the real final episode. It's just like the farewell episode.
Bonus,
it's like a throwback episode. So yeah, I'll try.
Also out this week is Scribblenauts Showdown for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. DJ Max Respect for the PlayStation 4. Fear Effect Sedna for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. This is not the remake. I think this is like the third game in the series, but it's a weird... Supposedly it's an RPG, but it's also from an isometric perspective. I don't know. This game looks weird. It looks almost like a mobile game. So I don't know. You've been warned. That's all I can say. Also out this week is Frantics for the PlayStation 4. Midnight Deluxe for PS4, Switch, and Vita. North for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Vita. TT Isle of Man for PS4 and Xbox One. Way of the Passive Fist for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. 9 Parchments for Xbox One. Bit Dungeon Plus for Switch. Bleed 2 for Switch. Earthlock, Switch and PC. iZombie for Switch. Steriden Binary Stars for Switch. The Men of Yoshiwara Ogiya for the Switch. The Trail Frontier Challenge for Switch. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is now out for PC. And World Conqueror X is out for Switch. Then we also have a bunch of Friday releases this week. So on Friday, you can pick up The Darwin Project. That's going to be an early access game on both Xbox One and PC. This is yet another Battlegrounds style game. But I think the twist is that one of the players is an overseer and they can kind of... They're like God. They can kind of control and tip the balance, so to speak, and give a specific player like more powers or something. It seems kind of interesting twist on the formula, but yeah, it's that kind of game. Also out on Friday this week is Flint Hook for the Nintendo Switch. One-Eyed Kutk for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Vita. That's spelled real weird. Kutkh. I hope I pronounced that right.
I'm sure it's fine. Just keep it moving.
Also out on Friday is Spy Chameleon for the Switch. Train Sim World Founders Edition for the Xbox One. Tunnels of Despair for PC. And Turtle Pop Journey to Freedom is out for the Switch on Friday. That's going to do it for all the new releases this week, but we've also got PlayStation Plus stuff that went live this week. So for March 2018, if you have your PlayStation Plus subscription, you can get Bloodborne for the PlayStation 4. That's fucking pretty big and major. I might actually check that out as being a Souls curious person for a very long time. That might be something I delve into. I don't know. Also for PlayStation Plus is Ratchet & Clank for the PlayStation 4. It's another good one. Legend of K for PlayStation 3. Mighty Number 9.
Oh, God.
For PlayStation 3 and also cross-buy with PlayStation 4. Lucky you guys. Hey. Also for PlayStation Plus is Claire Extended Cut for the Vita and cross-buy with PlayStation 4. And finally, Bombing Busters for the Vita and is also cross-buy with the PlayStation 4. The other thing to note with the PlayStation Plus stuff is that they came out and announced that next March 2019, is when they will stop offering PlayStation 3 games and Vita games as part of the PlayStation games that they give out every month. So we've got one more year of the old console games that will be given out. So I guess you've been warned. I don't know if that changes your mind about the PlayStation Plus subscription. I don't even know if they plan on increasing the number of games to make up for it next year, but they will be dropping PS3 and Vita games this time next year. But other than that, that's everything that's going on this week in new releases.
All right. So that's it for this episode. With that, so before we officially go, we would like you to visit innercitygeeks.com, which is where we're located, and we have a bunch of stuff sometimes regarding everything geek. You can listen to our episodes on and or subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Good Games Podcast. You can listen to us on iTunes, where you can leave us a review. It's the best thing that you can do for us. Just let us know what you think of the show. You can also listen to us where all podcasts are available to be listened to in places like Stitcher and Google Play. And I also want to encourage everyone that if and when you do go to innercitygeeks.com, that you click on that Amazon banner on the right-hand side of the page that you see there. And when you do that, it'll take you to Amazon. And then I'm sure there was stuff that you were planning to buy anyway, and you could probably get it on Amazon. Like, odds are you probably can get almost anything on Amazon. And when you do buy whatever it is that you were intending to buy, a little bit of that will come back towards us because you went to innercitygeeks.com first, so we can provide more show and more content just for you. You can reach us on all the social media outlets, mainly Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Inner City Geeks. The Twitter for this show specifically is at Good Game Podcast. And you can also email us at goodgamespodcast@gmail.com. And so that's going to about do it for this one. We're going to be back next week as per usual. And we're going to say goodbye. And in leaving, as always, we say, good games, everybody.
Good games.